Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm going to be offering my brief commentary right after this quick clip. Peace.
The calls began to come into our department at 2:54 p.m. That was the time that we received the initial 911 call. At 2:54, simultaneously while those calls were coming in, that's when our first officers were dispatched. They were being dispatched simultaneously while the 911 calls were coming into our radio room. At 2:56, 2 minutes later, our first officers began to arrive on scene. And at 2:58, we had the suspect in custody. So within 4 minutes from start to finish, we had the shooter of this incident in our custody, and we began to, at that point, address the needs of the scene there at the Kroger store at 9080 Taylorsville Road. Also, while that was going on, we began to conduct a rapid evaluation and search of a nearly 116,000 square foot building for any potential victims that had yet to be identified, as well as witnesses and people that were in hiding that may have not been located or found a protective place to seek shelter at that point. Investigators continued to evaluate and examine all evidence that was collected and identified at the scene. We have, just as of a few hours ago, determined and established some of the suspects' movements and actions just prior to the shooting. We received a tip that the suspect was seen outside of a local church where he appeared to, on video, have been attempting to gain access into the church. Their video surveillance system caught that. He was unsuccessful in gaining access to the church.
Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. So y'all just saw the video clip. This is a white man who has a history of violence. He shot two African Americans at a Kroger. And the arrest report was just saying how he walked into the store and he pulled the gun from his waist and he shot the man in the back of his head. Then he kept shooting him multiple times while he was on the floor. And one guy named a white guy named Ed Hurl told the paper when he was outside with his wife in the parking lot and he heard the gunshots, he went to grab for his revolver, and he crouched down, dug down, and he saw the gunman walking nonchalantly by with his gun on his side, and he said he called out to ask what's going on, and the gunman replied, "Don't shoot me and I won't shoot you. Whites don't shoot each other." Say, man, he ain't never lied about that. They seldomly do. But let me say this for all of those who love to talk about black on black crime, right? When white people are out here killing black people almost every day on the news. And let me just say this, when it comes to white on white crime, the statistics show that that's over 85%. So people usually commit murder where they reside in. So we need to stop with this fairy tale notion that black people in Chicago are the only people that murder each other. No. That happens among ethnicities in their communities where they reside. People have marital disputes, problems, relationship problems. People get drunk, they act crazy. People have family problems. Most of that strife comes from people who know each other, right? Maybe co-workers. It's all kind of different scenarios that play out. But people usually murder around the area that they reside. So y'all need to stop with these lies that black people are the only ones that murder each other. That is a lie. And this guy's criminal record shows that he threatened his ex-wife. And check this out. He punched a deputy sheriff during a family court hearing years ago. He's still alive though. Let a black man punch a deputy sheriff. You already know what time it is. Bullets flying. And it said that the deputies tried to subdue him. He fought off attempts to handcuff him, and he punched a deputy twice. Man, the stuff these white men and white women get away with, man, he right. White people don't shoot white people. It's very seldom, you know. It gotta be some, you know, extreme. And check this out. So he was also on his way to a church after the altercation, but and the surveillance caught it. But for some reason, it doesn't disclose in the report why he wasn't able to get in the church. We all need to, in these houses of worship, we all have to become more security minded, right? You might even want to hire security when it comes to your services, so people come in and they're checked. You could do a quick check on them just to make sure they don't have any weapons. We recalled what happened in Charleston, where the white boy ran up in there and shot 7 people. He waited until they started praying and started shooting all the people. You know what I'm saying? So we have to become spiritual, but we also have to have a certain degree of militancy about us as well, right? Because everything is real, man. You know, we have to have a certain degree of understanding that we have adversaries and enemies out here. You know, that's the reality. No matter how spiritual we are, we live in a physical world, you know, and everything in nature has an enemy, right? And everything instinctively knows what its enemy is, right? The goldfish know that he can't be in peace with the piranha, even though they both fishes. Their natures is different. White people have shown us over 400 years that their mistreatment of us is not too pleasant. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers and sisters, we have to be on alert. We have to be on guard. And don't get me wrong, it's just not black people. You got crazy people in every ethnicity out here today. You know, you got some black people who hate themselves. And oftentimes that's because they don't have a knowledge of themselves, you know. But the worst type of black person is the one who gets knowledge of self, and then he goes out and wants to spiritually gang bang on this brother. Because you got some knowledge, you set tripping, right? We become so arrogant when we get a little knowledge, some of us. We got to stop that madness, man. People fighting amongst each other. It's time to build, family. So I just wanted to put this report out. Every day is something going on, you know, and we have to, our mindset should be that, hey, let's unite our resources. I'm about to play a video, or not a video, a clip of the economic blueprint, Tulsa Real Estate Fund, just me going to the websites or whatnot. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace. Peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. So as you can see, I'm on the website of the economic blueprint, and the goal is to end poverty and want. And if everyone can just give 35 cents a week as an investment in their future, it will be painless, said the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. If we get 16 million people to donate 5 cents a day in 1 year, that's $291 million that can be utilized to purchase land for our people, so that we can continue this agricultural revolution of feeding, clothing, and housing ourselves, brothers and sisters. And that's only $18.20 a day, 5 cents a day, 35 cents a week. That's painless. This is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is trying to get us to do. We have resources down here about financial empowerment, black spending studies. So we have to come together and galvanize. Minister Farrakhan is a man that we can trust. He's a man that has a track record of transparency. In fact, I'm going to go to the financial audit of the Million Man March. You can actually go online and view the records for that as well. We have to continue to pull our resources. Also, Jay Morrison has the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, where he's seeking to purchase real estate as well for our people. If you would like to support my channel, you most certainly can. That would be a blessing, as I'm striving to continue to put out raw and uncut commentary. And my Patreon is www.patreon.com/Monroe Jr. And I'll also put that on the screen. We do a